Every day at 5 o'clock, an old man left a small piece of paper in her violin case. Nina never knew why until the day he stopped coming. Listen slowly and try to relax. Don't worry if you don't understand every word. Just enjoy the story. Nina was 22 years old and she played the violin. She played in a long underpass under the cold city streets. It was winter, and the city was grey and busy. All day people walked quickly through the underpass. They walked from the metro to the shops, from work to home. Nina stood near the white-tiled wall, with her violin case open at her feet. Her fingers were red from the cold. She wore an old brown coat and a long green scarf. Most people did not stop. They looked at their phones and hurried past her. Some people put a coin in the case without looking at her face. On a good day, she made enough money for food and the bus. On a bad day, she made almost nothing. Nina lived in a small room above a bakery. The room was warm, and it always smelled of fresh bread. On her wall, there was one photograph. It was a photo of the great concert hall in the middle of the city. Nina had wanted to play in that hall since she was a little girl. 2 years ago, she played for the city music school. Her hands shook, and she made 3 mistakes. They said no. Since that day, the underpass was her concert hall. The grey walls were her audience. But she still played every note as if the hall were full. One cold Monday, Nina was playing a slow, sad song. It was her favourite piece, and she played it with her eyes closed. When she opened her eyes, an old man was standing in front of her. He was tall and thin in a long grey coat. He had white hair and a black umbrella. He did not move. He only listened. When the song finished, he put a coin in her case. Then he put something else next to the coin. It was a small piece of paper folded twice. Before Nina could speak, the old man turned and walked away. She picked up the paper and opened it. 5 words were written on it, in careful blue ink. Today the city was warmer. Nina read the words again and again. She looked up, but the old man was gone. The next day at 5 o'clock he came again. He stood in the same place, near the second lamp. He listened to 2 songs without moving. Then he left a coin and another folded paper. Please play the slow song again tomorrow. Nina smiled for the first time in many weeks. And so it began. Every day at 5 o'clock, the old man came to the underpass. Every day he listened, and every day he left a small note. Nina began to keep the notes in an old tin box. You are not playing for coins, said one note. You are playing for people. The high notes today were like birds. Do not look at the floor. Look at the people. Nina started to play better. She stopped looking at the floor. She looked at the faces of the people who passed her. And slowly, more people began to stop and listen. Nina wanted to speak to the old man, but he always left too quickly. One day she tried. Excuse me, sir, she called. But a train arrived, and a river of people came between them. When the people passed, the old man was gone. She did not even know his name. In her head, she called him the man in the grey coat. Some evenings on the bus, she read his notes again. His words felt like a warm hand on a cold day. She played for the people in the underpass. But really, She played for him. Winter went on, and the notes filled the tin box. Then, on a Thursday in February, the old man did not come. Nina waited until 6 o'clock, then 7. The place near the second lamp stayed empty. Maybe he is ill, she thought. Maybe he is only busy. The next day she came early and played her best songs. The old man did not come. He did not come on Saturday, or on Monday, or on the days after. The underpass felt colder now. Nina still played, but her music felt flat and grey. Her eyes went to the empty corner again and again. After 2 weeks, she stopped playing in the middle of a song. She put her violin down and looked around. At the end of the underpass there was a small flower stand. An old woman sold flowers there every day. Nina had never spoken to her, but the woman always smiled. "Excuse me," said Nina. "Do you know the old man in the grey coat? The tall one with the black umbrella?" The flower seller's face became sad. "You mean Walter," she said. "Yes, I know him. He walks through here every day at 5 o'clock. He has come for years, long before you, my dear." "Where is he?" asked Nina. "He has not come for 2 weeks. He is in the hospital," said the woman quietly. "His heart is not strong. It happened in the street near the bank." Nina's hands went cold. "Which hospital?" she asked. The old woman wrote the name on a piece of paper. "Take him a flower," she said, "and take your violin." The next morning, Nina walked into the big, white hospital. She felt very small in the long, quiet corridor. She found room 214 and looked through the little window in the door. There he was, in a bed by the window. He looked much smaller and older without his grey coat. Nina knocked softly and opened the door. Walter turned his head, and his tired eyes became bright. "The girl from the underpass," he said. His voice was thin and weak. "I brought you a flower," said Nina, "and I brought this." She lifted her violin case a little. Walter smiled and closed his eyes for a moment. "Sit down, please," he said. "I want to tell you something." Nina sat down on the chair next to his bed. 60 years ago, I married a woman named Vera," he said. "She played the violin, like you. She played every evening in our small kitchen. When she died, I could not listen to music for many years." "It hurt too much," said Walter. "It was like touching a fire." Then, one day in November, I walked through the underpass, and I heard a violin. He looked at Nina with soft eyes. "It was you," he said. "You were playing her song." "The slow one," said Nina quietly. "Yes," said Walter, "Vera's song." Every day at 5 o'clock, for a few minutes, she came back to me. Nina's eyes were full of tears. "That is why you left the notes," she said. "I wanted to say thank you," said Walter. "But I am an old man, and I am not good with words in the street." Nina opened her case and took out her violin. "Then let me say thank you too," she said. She stood by the window and began to play the slow song. She played it for Vera, for Walter, and for every cold evening in the underpass. Outside room 214, people stopped in the corridor. Nurses, doctors, and patients stood quietly by the open door. Nobody spoke. Nobody moved. When the last note finished, the corridor was full of people, and every one of them was listening. A man in a dark blue coat was standing at the back. His name was Julian, and he worked at the great concert hall. He had come to visit his mother in room 220. 3 weeks later, Nina stood on a real stage. 1,000 people were sitting in front of her. It was the great hall from the photograph on her wall. In the front row sat an old man in a wheelchair, in a grey coat. Walter was smiling, and his eyes were shining. In her pocket, Nina had his last note. "Tonight, you play for everyone." She lifted her violin, looked at Walter, and played Vera's song for the whole city. And that's the end of our story. Thank you so much for listening. If you enjoyed this story, watch it one more time. You will understand even more the second time. Subscribe for new stories and keep practicing every day. See you in the next episode. Take care.